In this tutorial, I will discuss a few basic functions of the clipboards. So I start here with already 12 symptoms in clipboard number 1. And this tutorial is not about how to take symptoms, but in another tutorial you will see how you can take symptoms with drag and drop, or with this function, or with the top menu bar, this function, and for example take and specify options. And also on the keyboard you can also take symptoms directly in clipboard number 1 or directly in another clipboard, or also with an additional intensity. So let's start now here with those 12 symptoms. I click on clipboard number 1 and I see here the symptoms. Let's say I'm not sure if I want to use a certain symptom, yes or no. Or let's say you want to divide symptoms according to acute and chronic, or any other system you use. So for example here nose warts and nose complaints of the wings. I want to move to clipboard number 2. Now I can do that individually by a single click on and then start to drag and drop, but let's do it differently. On Windows with the Control key and on Mac with the Command key, I click on all those symptoms I want to move. So let's make it more clear, and I just select here another one. So I have 3 symptoms selected. I let go of the keyboard, and now I drag one of these to another clipboard and all 3 will be moved. Okay, you see that here are now 9 and here are now 3. In the top menu bar, if I click on the analysis button, it will use all the clipboards. So you see clipboard number 1 and clipboard number 2. So let's do this exercise again. I click here on symptom number 4, and on the keyboard I hold down the Control key on Windows or the Command key on Mac, and I select another few and I drag this to clipboard number 4. Okay, in the top menu bar, if I click there, I use all the clipboards. Now you can make any combination. So let's say you want to use clipboard number 1 and clipboard number 4. You can do as follows. You click first on one of the clipboards, then on Windows you hold down the Control key and on Mac the Command key and click on the other clipboard you want to use. So I click here on the 3rd clipboard and you see I have clipboard number 1 and clipboard number 3 used. You can also move symptoms between clipboards with the keyboard. So for example, I click on this one and that one and that one. Now I can use on Windows the Control X, or on Mac Command X, or I can use the right mouse click and I can select here cut. So you see it's Control X. So I click on it. Then I move to the clipboard where I want these symptoms to be placed, and on Windows I do Control V and on Mac I do Command V, or I can also use a right mouse. I use on the keyboard Control for Windows or Command V, and you see those 3 symptoms are now placed in the 4th clipboard. There's one limitation, and that is you cannot have a symptoms 2 times in the same clipboard. So let's say I make a copy of this one. So I right mouse click and I say here copy, or on Windows Control C and on Mac Command C. Then I move here to another clipboard and I paste it in. Okay, so I have here now in clipboard number 5 I have warts feet, and if you look here on this clipboard I also have wart feet. So if I try now to move it from clipboard number 5 to clipboard number 4, it refuses to move. Okay, so let me delete this one, which is double. And let me show you a few other things. First, let me move them a bit together. I do on the keyboard on Windows Control A to select them all, or Mac Command A. And I've selected all the symptoms in the clipboard, and I drag them now here to this clipboard. Let me move this one also, and I drag it there. Okay, now how can you move symptoms within the clipboard? So let's say you want a certain order. You want, for example, your personal order of importance. So let's say stomach vomiting during chill. I want to move upwards to the first position. Now I just first click on it. Then on the keyboard, I do Control for Windows and Command for Mac, and I press the arrow up key. So you see I'm moving the symptom now all the way up. Okay, so you can also use the sort function. So if I right mouse click here on a symptom and then I say sort and I say ascending order, my whole clipboard will be sorted according to the homeopathic order, and that's the order of the chapters in the repertory. So I click here on it and you see I have mind, then stomach, and then extremities. So I think this was it for this video.